For my elementary assessment module, the informal assessment is over community awareness and oral language. The directions for the assessment ask for the teacher to instruct the student to say the name of each community sign. The teacher will first point to the community sign and allow for the student to answer verbally. If answered correctly, the teacher will circle the sign. If the student answers the correct question incorrectly or does not respond or says they do not know the answer, the teacher is to mark through that picture with an X. At the end of the assessment, the teacher is to insert the number of correct responses at the bottom in the appropriate space. The teacher is to also record any observations or to write down any notes that she has taken at the bottom space as well. 8 or more out of the 11 questions correct is passing. Anything under 8 is considered failing. On the assessment, there's a stop sign, a hospital sign, a do not enter sign, a recycle sign, a do not walk sign, a walk sign, a student crosswalk sign, a yield sign, and there are also 3 stop lights, one with a red light, a yellow light, and a green light, and the student is to tell the teacher what each light represents. This exam, as you notice it was marked on, was used to give to Barack. He answered or was able to tell me 6 out of the 11 community signs. Unfortunately, that's a fail, but it's still an accomplishment that he was able to tell me 6 of those signs verbally. Although he did not, while answering the questions, he did not always use the appropriate terms. Like for the do not enter sign, he said no enter. But this is because of his lack of pragmatic language skills. Therefore, the answer was still accepted. For the other 5 questions, or the other 5 community signs, he used his iPad to tell me he did not know. This informal assessment is appropriate for Barack because it focuses on community and speech skills. Both community skills and speech are in his IEP, and those are areas that he is struggling with. And as you can see from this assessment, that if he was to go out into a community environment, he would not know all the signs in the community to get to maybe from point A to point B. But this is also why he is in a community-based classroom to help teach them those community skills that he will need to live a hopefully successful life after school. The assessment allows for simple and mostly one-word responses, and this is appropriate for those skills that he does have developed in his speech. While taking the assessment, Barack was very attentive and he seemed to enjoy it. He even asked for my assessment, so I had to give him my extra copy because he just liked to sit there and point at the pictures. After completing the assessment, I would recommend that he continues to receive those speech services and continue his placement in the CBI classroom. I would recommend that his aide works with him more on recognizing these community signs and also recognizing community helpers. As far as his speech, I would like to see that his speech increases from 60 days a week to 90 days a week. Although he's in this inclusive classroom most of the day except for physical education, which is not every day, he still needs for his speech therapist to come in to help him with those speech skills more than twice a week for 30 minutes each session. I would also like for Barack to come out into the community more. I know that, with him being an autistic child and he has a seizure disorder, that his parents might want to shelter him in the house, but he does need to have those community experiences more where he is outside in real life situations to see those signs in real life, and it could help for a better memory recall for him, for him to be allowed to connect it to a real life situation, and also for school field trips in the community that could enhance lesson plans or skills that his aide or his CPR teacher is to teach him. And I'd also like for his CPR teacher to have more interaction with him. I know that there's one of her and more of them in the classroom, but during my times there to observe him, I didn't see any interaction from her to him, only with his aide. So I feel that he is entitled to that CBI's teacher instructional background versus the aide's background in education. And other than that, I just would really like for Barack to increase those community skills and speech skills, especially since he does have those delays in receptive, expressive, and pragmatic language.